Welcome to this video on Zarathustra, the prophet whose vision transformed the moral and spiritual architecture of civilization, from the ancient Iranian plateau to the foundations of Western philosophy. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team. Chapter 1. The Enigma of Zarathustra. Few figures in human history are as ancient and as influential as Zarathustra. Who was this mysterious prophet, and how did his voice echo across millennia? Zarathustra is known by many names, including Zoroaster and Zarathushtra Spitama. He was an Iranian religious reformer, credited with founding Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest monotheistic traditions. Described in the Gathas as both a preacher and poet, he was a rare fusion of spiritual fire and literary genius. Zarathustra spoke in Old Avestan, and scholars tentatively place his homeland in the eastern regions of Greater Iran, possibly Bactra, which is modern-day northern Afghanistan. This landscape of vast steppes and nomadic tribes would shape his cosmic vision. Chapter 2. The Divine Revelation and Core Beliefs. At the heart of Zarathustra's story is a singular moment of revelation. This vision would reorder the cosmos and birth a new understanding of the divine. Zarathustra's words survived millennia of conquest and translation. This endurance is a testament to the enduring power of his vision, a voice from antiquity rooted in truth. Initiated into the priestly class at a young age, Zarathustra was immersed in ancient Iranian religious knowledge. Around the age of 30, he experienced a divine vision while drawing water at a river. He encountered Ahura Mazda, the wise lord, who commissioned him to preach a new understanding of truth and righteousness. Zarathustra's revelation introduced cosmic dualism, a fundamental moral architecture where the universe is a battleground between two opposing forces: Asha, representing truth and cosmic order, and Druj, representing deception, falsehood, and disorder. The Gathas, 17 hymns of extraordinary beauty credited to Zarathustra, form the innermost liturgical core of Zoroastrian scripture. The Yasna Haptangaidi, a companion series of 7 hymns, are praise offerings to Ahura Mazda. These texts remain recited in Zoroastrian rituals today, preserving one of the oldest continuously used liturgical languages on earth. According to Gathas Yasna 30, in the beginning there were 2 primal spirits, the one of light, the other of darkness. In thought, word, and deed they are 2, the good and the evil. Chapter 3. The Rise of Zoroastrianism. From a prophet's lonely vision emerged a faith that would become the state religion of the world's most powerful empire, shaping law, culture, and cosmology across centuries. Zarathustra's legacy is controversial, but its influence is enduring. Some scholars argue that philosophical figures like Heraclitus, Plato, and Pythagoras absorbed Zoroastrian ideas. Less disputed is the profound impact on Abrahamic religions, particularly concepts of a single supreme God, cosmic judgment, and the battle between good and evil. Key concepts transmitted include cosmic dualism, the universal struggle between good and evil, personal morality, the individual responsibility for choosing righteousness, and the concepts of heaven, hell, and judgment, relating to the soul's post-mortem journey and divine reckoning, later absorbed into Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. At its peak, the Achaemenid Persian Empire, shaped by Zoroastrian values, stretched from the Aegean Sea to the Indus River, carrying Zarathustra's ideas across 3 continents. Chapter 4. Zarathustra's Echoes Through History. Ideas flow like rivers across the landscape of time. Zarathustra's vision flowed through millennia, surfacing in theology, philosophy, and art, far beyond its source. Zoroastrianism deeply connected with the Abrahamic faiths. For Judaism, the Babylonian exile brought concepts like a singular God, angels, demons, and a messianic figure that resembled Zoroastrian theology. Christianity's framework of heaven, hell, a final judgment, and the cosmic struggle between a benevolent God and a fallen adversary echoes Zoroastrian eschatology. In Islam, threads are visible in concepts of divine judgment, paradise, hellfire, and the absolute sovereignty of an all-knowing God. Philosophical resonance is also evident. Plato's theory of forms resonates with Zoroastrian dualism. Pythagoras emphasized cosmic harmony and numerical order. Heraclitus's concept of logos echoes Zarathustra's vision of Asha as the cosmic principle of truth. In the realm of modern philosophy, Friedrich Nietzsche's "Thus Spoke Zarathustra" borrowed the prophet's name as a literary device. Nietzsche's Zarathustra proclaims the death of God and the arrival of the Übermensch, the self-overcoming man beyond conventional morality. Nietzsche chose Zarathustra because he saw the historical prophet as the first great moralist, and therefore the one who must also be the first to overcome morality. Nietzsche once wrote, "I had to rehabilitate Zarathustra, for Zarathustra created this fateful error, morality. Consequently, he must also be the first to recognize it." Chapter 5. The Enduring Impact. Centuries after his lifetime, Zarathustra's fingerprints remain on the deepest questions humanity continues to wrestle with. What is good? What is truth? What do we owe each other? Zoroastrianism is recognized as one of the first religions to articulate one supreme God, a cosmic moral order, and individual ethical accountability. Its ethical framework provided a blueprint for every major moral system that followed. Estimated at around 3,500 years old, the faith endures today with over 100,000 practicing Zoroastrians across the globe. The reach of its early influence spanned 3 continents. Perhaps Zarathustra's most radical gift was the concept of free will, the insistence that every human possesses the freedom and responsibility to choose between good and evil. This was a revolutionary act of moral empowerment. Zarathustra's legacy is a legacy of light. The struggle for Asha, truth over deception, remains the defining moral challenge. His questions continue to animate theology and philosophy millennia later, with universal reach. The sacred flame never dies. In Zoroastrian temples across the world, a sacred flame burns continuously. It is the oldest living symbol of Zarathustra's enduring truth. The mystery endures. Zarathustra remains elusive. His dates and homeland are uncertain, but his impact is certain, shaping the moral and spiritual architecture of civilization. He is a perennial archetype. Chapter 6. Conclusion: The Prophet's Shadow. Every great thinker casts a shadow longer than their own life. Zarathustra's shadow stretches across 3 millennia, still influencing our most fundamental beliefs. He challenged the status quo by proclaiming a single, just God and demanding ethical accountability. He introduced a radical framework based on truth, free will, and cosmic moral order, restructuring how humanity understood itself in relation to the divine.